Prime-time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. My name is Thomas Wildman and thank you for joining us. Lloydminster Council entering the new year wants to focus on the safety of their residents, starting with a policy being made for Weaver Park Campground. Home to 57 service camping lots, Weaver Park Campground has been a staple in Lloydminster for decades. Campers, visitors, as well as staff have all operated on rules that were not formally provided by council until this year.
I think this is something that they're bringing in that's new to just sort of streamline and make things more efficient, and so that the staff and administration know where the policy is, and then build on to the campground rules and regulations on top of that.
The policy defines the campground season, outlines tolerated behavior, and gives a more detailed reservation system. Depending on changes to the ongoing Weaver Park Master Plan, the policy may be subject to change.
Obviously, if they're making any changes to the campground area, they would have to come back and review this. Like if they got rid of the picnic area, or they added a picnic area or added a different area, that would be things that would have to be possibly added on to the policy.
Weaver Park's campground policy will return to council for approval at a later date. Kick sledding has become a fun winter pastime at the trails in Bud Miller Park. Arlene Hoffert went and found out if he has what it takes to be a kick sledder.
If you're out skiing or hiking on the pass at Bud Miller Park in Lloydminster, you may see a few kick sledders out there. One local kick sledder is Jim McCardle, who picked up the hobby a few years ago as a way to get some winter exercise.
Basically, it is means of transportation or recreation. In my case, I'm using it more like for exercise in the wintertime. And that it is simple, 2 runners. You're standing on one at a time, using your other foot to go and kick 5 to 10 kicks, all depends on your legs.
McCardle has not kept his kick sledding hobby to himself. He and another local kick sledder have been going to elementary schools in Lloydminster and giving all the students an opportunity to kick sled while teaching them the ins and outs of the sport.
Yesterday, Dave and I showed up with 4 other adult-size kick sleds to join their 5, and we let all the kids go and actually do the kicking and that. So even the kindergarten kids are out there.
Like most sports, kick sledding is a great activity for kids to have fun and get their exercise. McCardle said that while he was at a school teaching kids, he made sure that even the kids who have physical disabilities had just as much fun as everyone else.
There was one student there who's handicapped and usually in a wheelchair. So we took him and put him on one of the kick sleds, strapped him in, and his teacher assistant and teacher were able to take him for a spin around the outside of the rink on there. So he got to go and enjoy just as much as other kids.
Looking for a fun way to kick off the new year and stay fit? Why not try kick sledding? Lane Hoffert, Primetime Local News.
The Lloydminster Region Health Foundation is bringing in a mental health advocate to speak at an event at the Gold Horse Casino this Saturday. Stacey Comer has more on what is planned.
There's an exciting event happening at the Gold Horse Casino on Saturday, and the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation is behind it. I'm joined today by Kat Pollard, who is the Marketing and Events Coordinator for the Health Foundation. Kat, thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks a lot, Stacey.
We have Christina Kuzmic coming. She is the headliner for 2 shows on Saturday, which is really super exciting. But for those who don't know about her, Kat, can you give us a little bit of a background?
So Christina Kuzmic, she's originally from Croatia, and her parents immigrated to the United States, and so that's where she's lived most of her life. And she has been through a lot in her life, of course, leaving war-torn country, relocating, and then going through a tough divorce, and then also raising a son with mental health issues. And that's what her recent book is all about. She wrote it with her teenage son, and so it gets the perspective of both a parent trying to get through these struggles and also the child and what they were feeling and how they worked together to get out of a really dark place.
And why did you think she was perfect to come and represent the foundation at an event like this?
Well, we always like to focus on anything that will help people struggling with mental health. And everybody has some sort of mental health struggles along their life, and especially parents. When it comes, you want the best for your kids. You want to be able to do everything that you possibly can for them. And sometimes you don't know how to do that or what that is. And so she has lived this experience. And so we thought that her message and her story might just help a parent out there think, well, that's kind of what I'm going through, and maybe be able to talk to her and maybe be able to gain something from her story and get the resources that they need to help their kid.
There is a secondary speaker as well, Kat. Tarrant Crosschild is going to be at both shows. Can you tell me a little about who Tarrant is?
Yeah, so he's an Indigenous role model mental health speaker. He's a Saskatchewan marathon champion. He's a big runner. He's a New Balance ambassador. He also has finished the New York City Marathon, which is pretty huge.
Wow.
So it's pretty impressive. So after his own journey of addiction and mental health crisis, he now brings a message of hope and restoration through living a healthy and active lifestyle. So he tells his story of where he was and how he made it through his mental health struggles. So we're really excited to bring him in, and he'll just speak a little bit at the beginning, kind of kick off the show for Christina.
And what are the times of the shows, and where can you get tickets for this event on Saturday?
Yeah, so we have two shows. We've got an afternoon show at 2 p.m. Doors will open at 1:30 for that show. And then we've got also a show at 6:30 p.m. and doors will open at 6 o'clock. So we've still got tickets available right up until showtime. Like if you decide a half an hour before you want to go, by all means, jump online and grab your tickets. You can go to our website. That's probably the easiest, lrhf.ca/events. And you can find all the information there, but tickets are being sold through Eventbrite. So if you're familiar with that platform, you can just search us up on there.
Now, I know this is at the casino, but it is in the separate event center that they have. So is this for all ages, or is there an age limit, Catherine?
No, this is for all ages. We are talking mental health struggles, so parents use your own discretion when it comes to how old your kids need to be to kind of accept that message. But for the event center, there is no age limit, so anybody can come in and enjoy that. It's just the people in our box suites who have to walk through the casino. They need to be over 18.
And these events that you guys host often have sponsorships. And is that the case for this one as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And we are so grateful for Cenovus Energy for jumping on as a partner in this event. They have supported us for the last 2 years, and we are very excited to welcome them back and for their assistance in bringing in these great speakers that we maybe wouldn't be able to do without the help of our sponsors. So thanks to Cenovus, and the Gold Horse Casino is helping us out as well with this. So we couldn't do this without them, and we're grateful for all the community support.
All right. Well, thank you, Kat. So once again, Christina Kuzmic, this is Saturday, the two shows. Once again, please give me the times and then your website for more information.
Yeah, so the shows are at 2 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. General admission tickets are $75 each, and they're available on our website right now, lrhf.ca/events.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, Kat, and good luck with the event on Saturday.
Thanks a lot, Stacey.
The Lloyd Lanes Bowling Alley will be starting their Beer League bowling in the coming weeks. Our Jackson Fontaine caught up with the owner of the bowling alley to find out more information.
I'm here at the Lloyd Lanes Bowling Alley with Jody McDonald, who is the owner of the bowling alley. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you guys have this Beer League bowling starting up, so can you just give me a little bit of information on that?
Yeah, we have our 12-week Beer League starting up. It's our new session for 2025. It runs 12 weeks. It starts January 26th. You do not need to have any experience at all to join this league. You pull 2 games a week and you get a free drink in there and some shoe rentals for $18 a week. And we have a 6:15 shift and an 8 p.m. shift. So there's a few openings for the 6:15, but we have a lot more openings for the 8 p.m.
Awesome. Yeah. And how many teams are allowed to register for this? Obviously there are, I think, 12 lanes here, so that's probably the max.
Yeah, we do 12 teams per shift. And so, yeah, right now we only have 3 spots left open for the 6:15.
Awesome. Okay. And do teams have to register before coming, or can they just like walk in and say, hey, I'm here to bowl?
No, they do need to register before coming. We actually have Google Forms, and they're on our Facebook page with a link that you can sign up for. And then I have all your information, so when you guys come on that first Tuesday, which is the 26th, we'll be all ready for you.
Awesome. And can you, I think you said the times already, but could you just reiterate?
Yeah,
those?
you betcha. 6:15 and 8 p.m. And we run on 100% handicap, so no experience needed. It's basically points over your average. To beat another team, you have to just beat your own average.
And that's every Tuesdays and Thursdays?
Just Tuesdays.
Just Tuesdays?
Yeah,
Okay.
you betcha.
And when does it start up?
January 26th, and it ends April 15th.
So Jody, could you just tell me about your guys' different leagues that you guys have here?
You betcha. On Mondays, we have our Special Olympics. We have 60 athletes that come every Monday, and that is followed by Dolls with Balls, which is self-explanatory. It's our ladies' league. It runs just like the beer league, so it's 2 games a week and includes a drink of your choice. We just started that one, and we have 2 slots left open if any ladies want to throw a team in and think of a fun team name. We have a few kids leagues running. Our Saturdays is full, but Tuesdays at 4 o'clock, we do have openings still, and we end at the end of April. We do have some night leagues, Wednesday and Thursday. Those ones are full. They run 30 weeks, so they're halfway through. And then we do have a senior league that runs on Wednesdays afternoons at 1 o'clock, and we do have openings in that always. And next Thursday, we do start our Tot League, which is 2 to 5-year-olds. We already are full. We have 20 of them coming, so I don't think we have much more room.
Yeah.
It's about 2 to 3-year-olds, so yeah, we're pretty busy with that.
And what hours are the bowling alley open? Is the bowling alley open?
You betcha. We are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. As you can tell, we have a lot of leagues, so it's best to call ahead if you want to come in and bowl for public. We do have some openings at certain times. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, we leave strictly for public. So Fridays, we're open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have Global from 5 to 10. Saturdays, we have public from 1 till 10, which is Global, and Sundays is 12 to 5 Global.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for doing this today, and hope to see you guys out there for the Beer League Bowling.
Thanks.
And we'll have more primetime local news after the break. Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project, and today we have Farlow. He's a little bit shy of the camera, but he is the sweetest boy, and he may look like a giant, but he really is the ultimate, just adorable, handsome boy. So tell me about his story and what family would be his best fit.
So Furlow came into us as a stray on December 18th. We're estimating he's about a little over a year old. And yes, he's very shy at first. He was like that when he first came in, just very kept to himself, really nervous. Once he gets comfortable with people though, like he opens up immediately. Once he's, comfortable.
Yeah.
The camera, a lot of the dogs do have some issues with the camera, but he is such a sweet boy.
Yeah, even from first meeting, you walk in, and he is a jumper, as most excited dogs are, but he does truly warm up to you pretty quickly. He knows who his friends are, for sure.
He's such a good boy.
Now, how is he with other dogs, or has he been tested with cats?
We haven't tested him with other dogs yet, but it does kind of look like he maybe do best in a single dog, like if he was the only dog in the household, as well as a home that had older kids, just for the fact that he does jump up because he gets excited, and he wouldn't mean to, but he could possibly hurt a smaller kid by getting excited and jumping up and wanting cuddles and stuff. But he is such a good boy. He's very sweet. I think he would make someone an awesome companion.
Yes,
for sure.
I agree too. He's just been so calm since we've been in here. So cute and food motivated too. He loves the treats that you've been giving him. So he definitely would make the best addition. Now, going on some of the upcoming events, you did have your talent show has been moved. It was supposed to take place on the 17th. It is now taking place on January 31st. So for those who are interested in participating, if they have a talent they want to showcase, how can they sign up?
So you can either call or email the shelter, events@borderpaws.ca. There is a $25 registration fee, but again, the winner of the talent contest gets a cash prize, which is pretty exciting. So it's open to not only people, but to your pets as well. So if you've got a really talented pet, does some cool, neat tricks, we'd love to see that. That'd be absolutely amazing. Originally, yes, we were going to have it on the 17th, but yeah, the 31st, still at 4th Meridian Brewing, which is awesome. We love when we get to team up with other local companies and things like that. It's really amazing that we can all come together for the common purpose of, finding these babies the best home possible, taking care of them the absolute best way that we can, and we couldn't do any of that without your guys' support. So huge shout out to you guys for coming out and helping us when we have these kinds of events and showing up for these guys. Like
it is truly amazing, and it is shown now. Now the purpose of this talent show was to raise money for Betty White's birthday, because of course she left a very large legacy in the dog world, and advocacy for dogs was one of her main purposes. So this was for her birthday.
Yes.
It has been moved. However, there is still a little fundraiser that you guys are doing in lieu of this on her birthday on the 17th. So tell me what that is and how people can get involved.
So we're gonna have a bake sale on the 17th instead. If you're interested in helping us out, you can do so by either baking up some yummy treats to donate for our bake sale. Sharing the post with your friends and family is a huge help too, and you can also show support by coming down and making a purchase at the bake sale, because 100% of the proceeds go back to special little guys like him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And now going kind of back on partnering up with other places around the city for February, if you're looking for a little later Valentine's Day gift or date night, you guys are holding a steak night at Cheers. So tell me about that. Is there tickets that need to be purchased? How is this steak night going to work?
So tickets can be purchased either at the shelter or at Cheers. I do have a poster with a QR code here at the shelter that you can scan. That is $40 per ticket. You get an 8-ounce steak with the sides and either a highballer or a beer. And all those proceeds, again, come right back to the shelter. At the same time, there will also be a silent auction and a 50-50 draw that night, so February 20th. Mark your calendars. Who doesn't love steak?
Exactly, and it is a perfect date night option as well.
Yeah.
Going on the silent auction, are you in need of any items? If so, how can they?
Oh, if anybody wants to donate, absolutely. We're not going to turn anybody away who wants to donate things for these babies. So
absolutely.
If you have something you think might be a good addition to a silent auction, by all means, feel free to come down to the shelter, drop it off, or you can email events@borderpaws.ca, and we'll get back to you immediately.
And finally, same question as always, what are the donation items that you're in need of?
Well, since the cat or puppy is out of the bag, we do have a litter of puppies here, and we are in need of dry and wet puppy food. We are also going to be needing the Canadian Naturals salmon and sweet potato dog food. We are running really low on that. We do have a few dogs where that is their only diet, so it is something that we definitely need. Also the lamb and brown rice dog food from Canadian Naturals. We are looking for chicken-free cat food. Some of the animals are allergic to chicken, actually, so we try to keep them all on the same diet. disposable cups. We do have a coffee station up front for our guests and volunteers and things, so things like that would be greatly appreciated. Large cones for, as you can see, this little guy had a procedure here recently, so we need some cones so they don't lick at their wounds, or if they had to have stitches or something like that. It's just to help heal them faster. Wild bird seed. We do have a bird feeder on the outside window of one of our cat rooms.
Oh, and they love the cat.
The birds
they love
can't
the birds.
see in. The cats can see out, and they absolutely love it. We'd also greatly appreciate some floor cleaners, some laundry soap. Things like that would be greatly appreciated.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, as always, for joining me and Farlow. I mean, how can you say no to this sweetest boy? He was absolutely calm. Whether that was because he was a little timid of the camera,
okay,
but
it's his good side.
he really is the absolute sweetest boy, and he will fill any hole in any family and make them. It's just going to be the greatest environment if you include Farlow into your family. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
That's all for news. Sports is next, but first, here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
The Lloydminster Bobcats had some new players draw into the lineup this weekend after the AJHL trade deadline.
The Bobcats started off the weekend with a tough 6-2 loss to the Canmore Eagles. The next afternoon, they then took on the Drayton Valley Thunder. The Bobcats would open the scoring with a goal by Cade Fondele, and they would hold on to the one-score lead well into the second period. However, two quick goals from Tucker Tulikoff and Jace Mofat gave the Thunder the lead. The Bobcats couldn't get another score, and the Thunder would ice the game with an empty net goal from Justin Ivanusek, giving the Bobcats their second straight loss.
We're not defending hard enough. We got guys who don't want to commit to that, the defensive side of the game. You got to have guys here, especially in this league and the way this league is played. If you can't defend hard and you can't check hard, if you can't stop on pucks, you'll lose these close games. Eventually, other teams will break you down, and we're not good enough to play like that.
While the Bobcats didn't end the weekend with any wins in the AJHL, they did end with a big win in the community by giving fans the chance to skate and talk with the Bobcats.
I know, it's awesome. The kids love it. They don't care whether you win, whether you lose. They just like to be out there with us. That's really cool, seeing all the big smiles on their faces, and you just got to make sure they enjoy it. So I think that's the biggest part by far.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News.
And now let's take a look at your egg prices, or pardon me, your pets of the day. So taking a look at your 3-day forecast, it's going to be pretty nice again on Wednesday, though it will be quite windy again. A low of -3, high of +2. On Thursday, we're expecting a morning snow, a high of 3, still lots of wind though, and a low of -13. Then Friday, we're going to get back to more usual January temperatures, a high of -12 and a low of -26. Windy once again, but a little bit sunnier on Friday. For all of us here at Primetime Local News, my name is Thomas Wildman, and have a great rest of your day.